Welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So today I have another special guest. After 15 years of working in corporate America, she decided to leave and explore her creative side. She's an author of not one book, not two books, but three books. And she has a podcast, the Relationship Talk Podcast, Raw and Uncut. She enjoys discussing the dynamics of relationships, sex, and how it affects our daily lives. My special guest today is Lavidus Walton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's Lavidus.
Lavidus? Oh, my bad.
I get that a lot.
Oh, all right, my bad. So where are you from?
I am originally from Mississippi. I was born out there. My mother moved us to California, I guess when I was in elementary school.
So what part of Mississippi?
Sardis, a real small town.
Yeah.
It's up north, about 30 minutes outside of Memphis.
Okay, yeah, I know. I've heard of it, but I've
Batesville, Batesville, Sardis, Como, those small little cities along the highway.
How did you end up in on the West Coast?
My mom wanted to move out of Mississippi, and so she packed myself and her stuff and my brother and sisters and moved us to California.
Okay. Yeah, so this was in what, 60s, 70s, probably. Because that was like a great migration.
I don't know. It was not this. It was more like the 80s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There was like two migrations like back in the day.
Oh,
it was like,
okay.
Yeah, it was like 60s, 70s, and 80s too. And even before that,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. It's the 80s.
Yeah. So how did you get started on your journey with writing and talking about relationships? How did this get started? Because, this is not like, we don't go to school for this. This is not like our dream job.
Exactly. Because my dream job didn't even work out for me, which was going to college, working in a business for so many years. After so many years, that was no longer appealing to me. So I have always been a writer. I believe I was in the 5th grade when my 5th grade English teacher gave me a journal to write in, because my writing when I did book reports was so descriptive and different for my age. So she said, here's a book and you need to write and keep going. And I believe that's where the seed was planted. But it wasn't until many, many years later where I decided that, I really do like to write. So let's see where it takes me. And that journey began about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay. That's good. I never wanted to write. When I say that, people, I get the reaction like you just did. People laugh. They're like, "Get out of here." No, I never wanted to write. I never wanted to do videos. I never wanted to do a podcast. The only people kept telling me to do it, but
okay.
Even when I was in school, I wasn't like the best writer. I was more of a math person. So, it's the people kept wanting it. So I said, hey, okay, I'll do it. And that's how it came about. But, there's some people that are just like you, somebody told them that they were good at writing, or good at doing something. But no, that wasn't my path at all. But that's good though.
Yeah. And you bring up math. I'm not good at math. And I had to take statistics at least 3 times in college to get my business degree.
Yeah. You gotta stick to what you're good at,
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did why did you want to write, or what gave you the idea to start writing about relationships?
Relationships really, at that particular time, I was pregnant with my 2nd daughter, and I was in a relationship I wasn't actually in a relationship with the father. So I started questioning my decisions that I was making for myself. And so it just led me to write Please Don't Date Me, 100 Reasons Why. And it's just a book about being upfront about who you are and then letting people decide if they still want to date you. And so that kind of, started that journey because, people don't always reveal who they are in the beginning. And so you have to figure it out. But by the time you figure it out, you're either in love, you have invested so much, and, you like, who the hell am I in a relationship with? Because things have changed so drastically. So, I wrote the book because, if you ask these questions up front, you can get a better idea and hopefully make better decisions on who you are sleeping with or deciding to have a relationship with.
Yeah. So have you ever been married, or are you still married, or what?
Yes, I've been married once. It didn't last very long. I was married for like 3.5 months.
Oh,
It was a it was a very quick relationship, but I mean, it was supposed to happen that way considering how it began. So yeah, but I've been married once and engaged probably once and asked to be married 3 times, but right now I'm single and dating and, enjoying where I am right now.
well, that's a good sign if you've been married, if you've been asked to get married 3 times.
Yeah, but
That's a good
yes
sign.
and no. Yes and no. I
I
mean, there
mean,
were like situations, like one of the situations where, I caught him cheating. So, in order for him to show me that I am the one that he wants to be with, he asked me to marry him. And at that point, I wasn't
yeah,
interested. So
yeah,
there were like situations that led to that. There wasn't all like that, but
yeah,
it's just things that happen. And now that I look back, it was the right decision.
yeah. I hear you. So how's the dating scene out there, in your opinion?
Um, it's sporadic. It especially with this pandemic. I mean, I haven't really been on a lot of dates because my focus has changed, but I do have friends that I talk to that bounce ideas off. Right now I'm not really in a place to try to be with anyone per se because my focus is on something else. But, if the opportunity was to come and I were to meet someone, then of course, I'll be willing to change my focus and fit him in. But at the moment, I'm just, I just have friends.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's I would say it's different today.
It is. It's very different.
Yeah,
There was a time where, you get somebody's phone number and you guys would talk and, eventually you would be in a relationship. Now is, they want you to chase. And if it's not chasing, they want you to know all this stuff that's not even important in a relationship. It's just a little different, but it makes you a little bit more aware and how people have changed and how their needs have changed and how this society has changed.
especially if you live in a big city, it's very difficult to maintain relationships because it's just too much going on, and people are not really where they want to be, and so it's very difficult. You know,
Right.
yeah, the environment, it, and people's financial situation, it has a lot to do with how they act and what they do and a lot of decisions they make. So it's just
Yeah.
tough, you know. So how did the podcast come about?
I started my podcast probably about 5 years ago, and it just came out of a fluke. I was at the time working as an HR manager for a private company, and I was getting a little bit tedious with babysitting these grown people. So at the time, I was looking for another outlet to not only promote my books but talk about relationships. And it just happened to pop up on my phone. It was Anchor at the time, and I just started from there.
Man, how did you even 5 years ago? So how did you even? Man, that's crazy. How do you even know you could even do it?
I really didn't know that I could do it. I didn't know I had this voice. So it was just something that was trial and error. I started it. I started getting a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback. I got a lot of people, at the beginning, I was on a lot of different shows. I had a lot of different guests, and I was doing a lot of different things every season. So I really didn't know that it would work. I tried it and I fell in love with it. I love it.
So what channels did you use to get your feedback in the beginning, or even now?
Um, at the time, there were other podcasters. There was a group of podcasters it was the beginning for them as well. So we helped each other. We started being on each other's shows, and that led to other opportunities.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just I've been doing this for like 18 months now.
Oh,
So
okay.
you got almost 700 episodes. That's
I actually have over 1,000 some episodes, but when I left Anchor, they didn't give me all my damn episodes. So,
oh
and it's
man.
okay because I did download a lot of great episodes, and it's good to keep your episodes just in case you want to revisit an episode, reproduce an episode, because that's your work, so
I
you
don't
can
do that.
promote. Yeah, that's
I
your
like
work.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do whatever you want to. You can have people buy segments of your show. So, make sure that you're covered in regards to your work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe I need to have a spare hard drive, because I don't save it. Once I upload it, I just delete it off my computer.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
mean, if you know that you're not going to revisit or use it, then, I understand that.
yeah. So how do you? I noticed your episodes are short. How did you decide that, hey, I'm gonna keep it short and not like 10-15 minutes?
Yeah, I used to do very long episodes with several different segments. Because of the timing right now, I'm writing, so I don't really have the time to.
This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com. They just launched their brand new Ultimate Premium collection, and they just hooked me up. You get the body wash, shampoo, conditioner. You get deodorant. You even get the lip balm, and you get the body spray. So all you got to do is go to manscaped.com and use the promo code can't wait 20. That's can't wait 20, and you're going to get all of this. All of this. It's a big package, plus the lip balm. All you got to do is use the promo code can't wait 20 and go get yours while supplies last.
Invest in it as much as I want to. I'm transitioning over to doing a follow-up for the books that I have out. Please Don't Date Me. I'm coming out with volume 3 and Shame part 2. So it's just the shorter episodes, linked with my blog. It just kind of made sense.
So how often do you write? Are you you write every day, or you write when you're feeling it? Some people, some people will write 5,000 words a day, and then you have some people who are like, "Hey, I write when I'm feeling it." So how do you do it?
It depends. I've had both of those experiences. So you know, it's been difficult to write during this pandemic, that's for sure, because of so many distractions. So for the first time, it's taken me a very long time to complete these books, because normally I usually am done in like 4 to 6 months. This time it's taking me literally years to complete these books. And I think it's because of all the outside things that are taking place. But, you know, yeah, I just take time to do it. Actually, if I'm not coming up with anything creatively, then I pull back for a little while and focus on something else. But for the most part, it's no real method for me. It's like, okay, I need to do this. what's coming up today, type of thing, I
Right.
guess.
So do people email you and they want advice from you and all that good stuff? Do, do you like are you a consultant?
People can book sessions with me, and I consult them on their relationships. If they have questions, one questions, two questions, or whatever, and then I consult that way. But for the most part, people email me questions, and if it's a really good question, I'll post it on my blog. A lot of people email me with personal questions, and sometimes if I feel like indulging, with something personal, then I'll put it on my blog. But for the most part, I receive my questions through email. I don't really share a lot that happens in my sessions because they're private, but if I get permission, sometimes I share their information without people really knowing who they are.
So we're like what? So you get what, divorced people, single people, or marriage people, or a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, most of the people that I talk to are single women. Some of them have been going through divorces. Some of them are in affairs. I mean, I had somebody tell me the reason why they're in their relationship,
Okay.
and a lot of people.
What do you say to some people when they say, "Hey, I had an affair," and because the reason why I asked that because I get questions every once in a while, and some of these questions I can't relate to some of this stuff because it never happened to me before.
Right.
So I'm like, what do you say when that happens?
If it's something that I've never experienced, then I take an objective view and give my perspective and my advice from my perspective,
Yeah.
because that's all I have. Um, a lot of things I haven't experienced, a lot of things I don't understand why people do. I mean, I had a guy to say that he's with a woman that he's not in love with, but he's toughing it out because he doesn't want to be single. He doesn't want to start over with anybody else. But, if he can get an opportunity to slide on with somebody else, he takes that opportunity because he's really not in love. Those are the things people share with me, and I ask them
Yeah.
questions. Well, why not share this with her? Why not let her know how you really feel? And what's wrong with being single for a little while if it takes you to who you really want to be with? But people don't really want to take that risk or
Yeah.
take that journey or do any of that. They'll rather stay in their situation and complain about it.
Yeah, because they don't want to be by themselves. So
It's a, it's a
any
comfort level.
there you go. You know,
Yep.
this is like a lot of people say ask me questions like hey, how do I get get over a divorce? I'm like, I've never been divorced, so I don't I don't know. I mean, I would think that I guess you have to you know, learn from it and find a way to move on and try not to make the same mistake again. And
Exactly. I mean, it's just like with any other breakup. Of course, with marriages, you have a lot more invested, um, but it takes time to get over. Just like any other situation that you've invested your emotions and feelings in, it's going to take time to get over it. What you don't want to do is get into another relationship while you're getting over it. People do that too all the time. Create other situations before they even get out the current situations.
yeah, they said the
Exactly.
quickest they said the quickest way to get over the last person is to get with a new person.
And that's temporarily until that new person becomes a problem.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
So do you think that uh there's like a I guess do you think it's ever too late in as far as getting in a settling down in a long-term relationship?
I mean, no, it depends on the person. If you believe it's too late, then be single for the rest of your life. If you want to be in love with somebody, if you want to give your relationship another try, then give it another try. I mean, all is not lost until you're dead. Then you don't have that option. But if you're still alive and you still want things, you're still striving, you're still having sex, you still want to be loved, then yes, go for it. I mean, I just witnessed a couple. I think I saw it on YouTube. Was it YouTube or somewhere? I think she was in her 60s and she was getting married for the first time. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you just see that? I mean, it's never too late.
yeah. I think if you're like, I agree with what you said. If you're in good health, you feel good about yourself. Hey, have at it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
But one thing I would say, I think there's at 50, as far as starting having kids at 55, that should be it.
Well, I just heard
You know.
somebody was pregnant at 54.
Yeah, yeah. I think 55 should be the cutoff age. But some people, I know a guy that had a kid. He was 60, but he's an exception to the rule though,
Yeah.
because he's like super shape. He's like, he doesn't look 60.
Right.
So just
I mean, age is just a number anyway. I
yeah.
mean, you only really, I mean, how can you judge somebody by that
Well,
anyway? If,
you know what they do? They do that with women though.
but who cares though? I mean, who cares?
Well, I agree, but people, they get caught up in what's being said. A lot of women do.
And you're right. That's their choice, though, to get caught up and let things like that interfere with whatever progress that they're trying to make. People forget that you have free will. You have a choice. You have, decisions that you can still make, even if you are in situations that you don't want to be in. Even if you're old or whatever, wherever you are in your life, you can't really give up on yourself. Let's just put it that way. You can't really give up on yourself if you still want things out of this life.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. One thing
Yeah.
I learned is you can have any relationship you want. Really, I mean, like a lot of people will say, it's like a cliche statement when people say, "Hey, marriage is what you make it," but it really is.
It
You can
really
have
is.
look. I don't care what type of relationship you want. Doesn't matter how outlandish it might be. Doesn't matter what I think or what you think. There's somebody out here that's down with that.
Exactly. I mean, it's to each his own. That's why you should never compare your relationship or your life to anyone, because you're supposed to be here creating your own lane and doing the things that make you happy during your journey. If you run across people that's into the same thing you are, okay, well, let's travel this way together and do things together. I mean, it's really not that complicated. I,
No.
I think it becomes complicated when people are not sure about what they want, or they are ashamed of their desires, or they don't believe that they are worthy to have certain things. So they create their own boundaries and blocks and all kinds of shit. And then you're looking at a relationship that you want and you're too afraid to get in. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people they they're too concerned about what other people think about them,
Yeah.
and that's a problem, because if I care about what other people think more than me, oh man, you're gonna be on a hamster wheel for a long
A
time.
long time. Okay. I mean, because when do you find yourself? When do you cater to yourself?
Yeah.
And once you do that, you're going to attract a whole lot of things. People are going to look at you a little different because you are giving yourself what you want. You living in a way that makes you happy. And it's going to attract people to that, like what he doing, what she got or what he got. That's what the attraction is. It starts with you.
Yeah. So you believe in the law of attraction?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. Me too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
we do it all day.
exactly. You know. So you're like a unicorn out here. We need more women like you out here.
I am a unicorn, okay? And on some days, I'm a mermaid.
Hey.
Okay.
So if people wanted to follow you, read your books or just see what you write online, where would they go to?
If you want to follow me, I am on Twitter at LL Writer. That's WRITER. I'm not on any other social media platform. And then I have my blog at llwalton.blogspot.com. And you can go there. You can find my books there. You can read tons of information about relationships, my poems. You can find my books there. If you order my books from my blog, you get an autographed copy. They're also available on Amazon.com and Kindle. I'm in the process of putting them in audio format. So yeah, that's where you can get my stuff.
There you have it. All links will be found in the show notes. Like, share this episode. Tell me what you think about it. If you like this video, share this video. And if you want to support my channel, click the thanks tab and leave me a donation. 2, 5, 10, 50. Just click whatever tab you want to donate and leave me a note and let me know how the video helped you. And you click the buy and send tab. Appreciate it. Until next time, we out. Peace.